nodes, then we'll start inviting more and more people to the testnet. And here we are. So we have reached 150 relayers outside of the laboratory. This picture that you're looking at, it's our monitoring, internal monitoring. What is important here is that we have reached 150 relayers. And why 150 is important number? 150 is the minimal number that distributed system as highway can exist. 145 relayers, no highway. 150 highway is a small little baby. 500 relayers, it's a child that is starting to walk. And reaching 2,500 relayers, I don't know, Robert, do you know exactly what is the number of relayers in the moment?
Almost 3,000.
That's great. That's great, because if somebody remembers what we were expecting in July last year, we were saying that we are aiming 1,000 relayers in April, May this year. This is what Robert said. We are close to 3,000. It means that we are 3 times more than we expecting in last July. Of course, these are still packages, and then it will become very soon NFTs. And when one person who has a package register in the dashboard and his NFT is minted, and then he installs the highway relayer on the computer, and that relayer establishes connection with all the other relayers, then this number here will increase by 1. So if 150 is the minimum number for highway to live, and 3,000 relayers network is many, many times away and bigger than this number. With 500 relayers, we are much more distributed than any other bridging solution. With 3,000 relayers, we are a different league. It's like riding a bicycle and riding a Ferrari. So highway is aiming to be Ferrari. So what I would like to tell you and
Quello che voi...
to finish with that, with my presentation, is a little bit to tell you what is the plan. Like today is 28th, Thursday, what is the plan for the end of this week and next week and the week after? The goal for this week is to finish the week with a minimum 150 relayers. So today is Thursday, we have one more day, but we are already on 150. The next week, the goal is to increase that minimum. I would not want to bet with numbers, but to double that number. Let's say maybe 300. And the week after that, which is the week of the 8th of June, to open this testnet to everybody who would like to join. I know some people still didn't buy a computer. I know the other people already have more than one computer with Mosaic validators. So for that reason, we will save or make enough time for everybody to join. the testnet, just to feel what is it to operate a highway relayer. Like in any testnet, the money is not real. You have tokens, but these tokens are test tokens. Why is that important that we do not rush to mainnet? Because we are extremely complex network. And if you compare us with the wormhole, they have 18 data centers. In each center, they have a computer, which is a node. And with one mobile, you can speak to all 18 relayers, and you can call them day or night, and there is somebody there paid to make sure this computer is up and running. And in our case, we are households. In my house, I have one relayer, which is next to the TV. In Robert, when you listen to him, behind him he has a number of computers with so many validators and relayers that you can't count them. But average person has 1.5 relayers. How do we know that? Well, we know how many packages and how many unique emails. And then we can say there is more packages than emails in the proportion of 40%, 60%, which means that if we think about these 3,000 relayers, we are talking about 2,000 households. Robert is actually making these numbers with his number of relayers. He makes in this average a bit kind of shaky. But then with Robert himself, for each of his relayer and node, there are people with one. So his one is his number is that covered by this, and the people with only one relayer. So all these 2,000 people needs to work as one, that we have a healthy network. So why don't I worry about it? Because you guys already running the Mosaic validators and Mosaic chain is up and running. And it's very important for Highway that you guys have Mosaic experience, because we will use this experience and make Highway installation and running smoother. So for instance, we could use different VPN than Nebula, but we decided to use Nebula. Why Nebula? Because it's good enough, as well as you're familiar with it. I'll come back this week, 150. We achieved that already. The following week, double that. And then we will invite as many as possible people who has computer or running Mosaic validator to join the network and see and test it and make sure that everything is in order. And once we are comfortable that everything is in order, then as we deployed Highway to testnet, we will deploy Highway to mainnet. Deployment to mainnet should be easier than deployment to testnet, because the only difference between testnet and mainnet is the test money and the real money. I can talk about that for days, but kind of that's all for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nenad, and thank you, Julia, and thank you, everyone. Actually, we made a mistake, so we didn't organize this in bigger